Luke got eliminated by myself in the round of 32 or something, and Aizamk got eliminated recently by Diaroga in the round of 16, I believe. And they are now meeting and gonna be it's gonna be one of the. I mean, we're getting close to the end of these lower brackets, I think. There's like 6 rounds, I think. So yeah, the winner of this match will play either Yumyu or Prince of Kabul, and then the winner of that will play the final match of this part of the lower brackets to potentially qualify. Aizamk being for sure a contender for that. We can expect him to maybe qualify. Luke being the underdog of this series, obviously. So yeah, that's the story of these players in the tournament. And it looks like we're gonna have an Iro Miro on Pampas Sierres, which is the first map of this map pool. They vetoed Deccan and Tar Desert, so we're gonna have Pampas Sierras, Florida, Kamchatka, Baja California, and then New England. And we're gonna hope we get some nice Aizamk strategies in this series. And we're now waiting for Luke to come back, and then I guess they agreed on that matchup, and we can go in the first game. All right, and here he is. Ah, nope. Switching to India now. That matchup being quite hero favored usually, but on this map without the trading post and with the llamas on the left side, you can expect it to be probably India favored. So yeah, here we go in this game 1 of the best of 5. So we'll see if they play it like on the old RE patch where you would just like boss go for a front base and boss just kind of spam military shipments in the middle of the map. Or if we are gonna see something a little bit different. Oh, I need to fix my UI, but I gotta wait for the game to start first. All right. So we have here in the bottom of the map, Luke playing India. Wait. Whoops. I don't know why I get friend full colors enabled every time. I need to fix that. Anyway, here on the bottom of the map, it's actually Aizamk playing in the color blue as hero. While on top of the map, it's Luke playing as India in the color teal. And Luke just going straight for the llamas, so sending one elephant a bit more forward to try to contest these middle map llamas, while having that was sloppy, while having one picking up his own llamas on his side, and Azam kind of doing the same with his Travois and his explorer. So that's how you do it usually. When you have 2 scouts, you just split them and send one a bit more forward and one to safely pick up the other llamas. It's gonna be a rather fair llama war, if I may call it that. So yeah, Luke is gonna steal one of these here, so it's gonna be back to 4. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, just barely stealing it. It might actually steal a second one if Azam doesn't pay attention here. These llamas are gonna be crossing each other, and Ace is just gonna stop treasuring to get back his llama, and then Luke is just gonna wait for him to take that treasure. So it's kind of funny here what happened, like just exchanging the llamas, and then unfortunately for Luke, he's not gonna be very patient here. He's just like okay, he stopped treasuring that, so he probably saw my monk, and so I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna go away because he probably saw me and he's not gonna start the treasure. And now that he's going away, Ace is actually gonna take it quickly, and now Luke wanted to go back, but he probably realized that he wouldn't be able to take it in time anyway, so he's just gonna be scouting a bit more out on the map. And Ace is gonna get that very nice 120 XP treasure. Unfortunately, getting it after he shipped his 3 villages already, but it's regardless of that, it's gonna help him a lot uh, since it's a non-trading post map, and Hero definitely a civ that likes to get some experience just because they rely a lot on their unit shipments. It might even allow Aizamk to go for a fast age if he wants to. He can just age fast to colonial. Not sure if it's actually better than just going for the wise woman age up, but at least if he does that, he will have a shipment ready. Thanks to the XP, like he's already got a shipment ready basically. I'm not sure what happened here. What else? What else should I say? I didn't see the start, but I assume it was just it was a wood start, right? Because Ace made a fire pit. I didn't talk about it, but must have been a wood start since he has a fire pit already just after clicking up. So that's pretty good for India. India's gonna be aging up. Uh, Actually not very early. Should probably age up a bit faster than that. He maybe mismacroed a bit. Could have also maybe at some point picked up that 60-foot treasure because it's a pretty nice one. Um, Luke kind of trying to bait Ace into focusing that monk here while he's trying to steal the treasure, but Ace is not gonna fall for it. And now that could be very tricky for Luke because there's a blow gunner and that guy does 30 damage. He's gonna be able to stun it though, so he should be mostly fine. And I'm not sure who actually has this. Ace got it. Um, and now the monks are really low HP, so it's pretty good age 1 overall for Ace, I would say. He's got 5 llamas to 3. Usually India should have more. He's got 120 XP and now a food treasure. So now the question is, what is he actually doing with his fire pit here? Did he dance for Travois? Yeah, that's actually smart. I mean, ah, he edged up just a little bit too early because I assume he wanted to probably. No, never mind. He edged up with the resources, so he anyway wouldn't ship his stuff forward, right? So it just stands for 3 travaux, which is rather efficient. Usually it's better when you make like a farm or a plantation from it, but I think it's still okay if you just dance and get a war hut, especially because you don't have to actually build it with your villas and to walk forward. So in terms of walking time and building time, even if you have to dance for it's probably just worth it. Um, would need to do the math to confirm that. Um, and so he's danced for already 4 war hearts that he's just gonna drop right in front of the Agra fort. I'm gonna switch back the overlay. Just time for the players to stop pausing the game because well, obviously there's delay, but if you pause for
Are you ready?
as long as the delay,
Yes.
then you can stream snipe. Okay, but they're back already. I'm gonna check the chat quickly. Uh, yeah, I forgot to check the hunts. I'm really bad. But they're fine, so we're lucky here. Like Ace got 2 hunts and Luke got 2 hunts basically. Then there's this one and that one, which are kind of equivalent. So yeah, it's pretty okay here. Luckily we got good spawn. Although I guess that gold mine doesn't really exist for Ace, but he's playing colonial for now, I guess. Maybe he's gonna age. Oh well, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good enough. That mine is not as good as this one, but yeah, I really need to start checking the map. Every time I don't have a co-caster, I just forget about it. Because usually I'm the one co-casting since I didn't have a good computer good enough to cast, and then I would just check hunts because I wouldn't introduce the players. Like the caster would introduce the players, and I would just check the hunts. But now that I'm introducing myself, I just forget about checking hunts, which sucks. But yeah, anyway. Oh, a big livestock slaughter in Aizamk space. What the hell is going on? I saw that guy was like an animal lover. Like he loves cows and elephants and all sorts of livestock and hunts. And now he's just killing all of them. That's so mean. I wonder if he could have instead danced for a farm, like a travois. Use one of the travois and make a farm with it instead of a wahat. And then just let them fatten. But yeah, anyway. Because that's also a thing to say, right? It was a wood start, and he decided to make a house with his travois instead of a farm, which is usually the standard thing to do, because he used the wood for his fire pit. So it's probably just not as good as doing a farm, but it's just Aizamk, and he's just having fun placing like 4 wahats forward. So that's interesting. And he's going for some kind of timing, although I wonder why he didn't go for 5 hills first, but he's just spending his resources to get in a quite big mass of infantry, considering that he can still ship more unit shipments and that he does have 5 hills in. It's quite a nice timing here, because he can still fuel his mass with like 4 Kanyas and well, no tomahawks actually. He does have the Town Destroyer card though. Meanwhile, we got quite a greedy build from Lukdan. Although it's not that greedy because he's actually used his export to get red coats and the British consulate, and not to get the Ottoman villagers. So I guess it's not that greedy, but he did follow up with a wood trigger, which is similar to a villager shipment. And actually, it looks like Lukdan is going to be able to hold that quite comfortably. I don't know if he lost. He hasn't lost any veil. He hasn't lost any unit. What the hell? He literally hasn't lost any unit, and Ace lost a bunch of stuff. So I mean, not a ton of stuff, but like 10 units. So and Luke is ahead in eco, and he's now, I believe, gonna switch to the Ottoman consulate. He's probably canceling. No, he canceled already, right? Then he just forgot to switch to Ottoman. Like, he can't really use his export for anything in the Ottoman consulate. Although I guess he can call Minutemen, so yeah, it's still pretty good. But regardless of that, you might as well just stay on Ottoman just to get the line of sight and not keep it like that. So I guess he just forgot about it. And the Minutemen could be really useful here. So Luke has been able to finish his wall, at least the forward part of the wall, even with a weird bit of wall here. Not sure about that. And he's gonna keep building it there. He shipped the 4 Sowas, now aligning finally to the Ottoman consulate, and he's using his 4 Sowas to try to raid a bit. I think it's more to buy time than to kill villagers, because it's not that easy to kill villas with Sowas. They don't have a lot of attack. You might kill one or something like here, but I think it's more about buying time, because Aizamk is actually running his infantry mass around the map. And wow, that could be. He might kill just one veal here, but it's lots of walking time, and just like the army, walking around, just buying so much time here, and he's gonna kill a villager most likely. Yeah, and then he can run. He needs to run though, because he can't waste 4 Sowas. But yeah, gonna kill another couple of veals on that side as well. And it's looking really, really good for Luke, to be honest. Although, yeah, no, that's a big waste. That is not good. But still, if we look at the units lost, well, he lost 4 Sowas now, but he killed the CDB from that treasure here, as well as 4 villagers and still the 10 units here. So Still, really good trades for Luke. Although, yeah, he didn't need to lose these Star Wars, but now though he's gonna age, which I'm not sure about. I feel like he's ahead in eco. He should know he's ahead in eco because he's India and it's Euro, and he got away with a greedy build order, a rather greedy build order. And he's still already ahead despite Ace shipping 4 villagers. So at this point, I think he should just stay colonial and just mass because he's gonna mass more. Euro has very good late colonial because they got upgrades, but Ace is actually missing the attack upgrade, which is probably better than the HP one anyway. Uh, but yeah, the point is that India has a really good late colonial as well, and with more eco, they would beat Euro, I believe. He can't really take on these war huts though. Maybe he wanted to age just because he feels like he needs something like maybe siege elephants to get this front base down. But I feel like he could just ignore it and just like Aizamk is ignoring the Agra fort, he could ignore the war huts and stay colonial and play around. But now it's looking really really bad for Luke because he's aging and he's trying to kind of like base trade, but he's just got less stuff, and he's losing so many bills here. So now the eco is even already, and what's he gonna do next? Gonna try to right click this TC? I don't think it's gonna work, because Azam is staying colonial. So if he stays colonial, he can just keep making units and just send them back, and like even just 10 arenas can challenge these massive units a bit. So yeah, that's just unfortunate for Luke. I feel like he should have just been defending in his base, trying to train some units in transition, like more Gorkha, and just sit in base and defend. And now, yeah, I don't think he will be able to get the TC down. Although this is a good trade for Luke, but yeah, there's just like a dozen units here. So he has to go back, and there's just way more stuff in his base right now, and you can see in the scores that it's starting to be looking really not so good for Luke here. He's gonna age with the Shamina Gate, which is like the Mahout age up and the Inspiration, I believe. No. I always get confused. It's a Mahout age up and the Menzabdwa. You can train Menzabdwa whatever in there. So the Mahout is definitely gonna be nice here because it does kind of well against all this massive arena and tomahawks. But Luke is gonna need more than that. I guess he's gonna try to go for the Euromies. He's definitely got a unit shipment on the way. He shouldn't be fighting this now. I don't... Or are the Euromies gonna pop already? I'm confused about why Luke is taking this fight now. He obviously doesn't have enough units. Oh, that's unfortunate. He could have got the Euromies popping here and probably cleaning up this whole mass of units. And Aizamk got the Agra fort down like literally 1 second before they pop. Luke is not going to be happy about that. But he did get quite a good trade actually with his few hussars and Mahouts and stuff. And now... like colonial hero units can't really hit and run because they have an awful animation. Tomahawks can kind of hit and run, but really not so well. So the Euromies are pretty scary. And if Luke would just make a gate or delete a wall segment here and send his Euromies in, he might clean up. Meanwhile, he's also been killing a few of Azam's villagers, so the eco is still even. And they also have, like, Luke is actually slightly ahead in military. And he's H3. So I felt like... Honestly, I just felt like Luke would just lose at this point. But it looks like he's managed to stabilize with a good enough eco, and he might be winning this game. I don't know about the Siege Elephants. Sure, they're going to be able to clean up that front base, but they're not going to really help fighting this massive infantry. Although I guess he might have just enough units here already with Euromies, but... Well, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Let's see how Ace deals with that. He might just pop units here and just go flank around, because it looks like he's going there. But Luke got the Ottoman consulate, so he's got tons of line of sight, and he's gonna be able to see everything Aizamk does with his units. Aizamk is anyway not gonna try to take a fight. He's probably just gonna try to, okay, I'm gonna lose my front base. I'm aging, so I'm not gonna fight. But meanwhile, I can hopefully do some counter damage, like a counter push here to just like force the wheels off this coin mine and maybe kill one or two. Uh, but yeah, meanwhile, he did lose his front base really quickly. Luke needs to kill that though, but just shoot at it once and then it's gone. And also shoot this low HP guy. But yeah, Hero is up, so now it's gonna be, I don't know. It feels to me like India is ahead, but then again, Hero has just such strong skirmishers, the forest brawlers, and India is not happy about that. Generally speaking. Oh wow, Luke is actually gonna deny both of the Wahats. Looks like Ace aged up with a Wahat politician. No wait, what? Oh, he's just dancing for them. I thought he aged up with Travois. You can age up with like 3 or 4 Travois or whatever, but in fact, he was dancing for them, and he got one from the age up. Of course, he used a fast age, and wow, Luke just denied all of that. And how is he gonna deal with his army now? He's counter pushing, but I feel like he kind of needs to be defending. And if Aizamk doesn't react really fast, he's on top of it. He's reacting, but these tomahawks are not upgraded, and they will clean up the mahouts. But meanwhile, it's not even too bad of a trade for Luke. Like it is a bad trade, but he did lots of damage. Like all these units are low HP now, and meanwhile he's just like cleaning up Azam's DC and killing a bunch of vills and forcing so much walking time here. So Ace is just gonna move. He's gonna have to rebuild the TC really quickly. He's buying some wood here and actually gonna build a war hard because I guess he has no shipment point on the map now. He had like 5 of them, and like he got 4 warheads and 1 TC, and everything got sieged down. So he has to rebuild a warhead just to ship something, and he's gonna be going on that coin mine, but it's obviously in line of sight of Luke, and it's also gonna reveal his warhead because Luke is gonna go around here in that direction, and so he might just find that warhead and maybe siege it down before something like 8 forest brawlers can pop. But even if they do pop anyway, there's just way too much military for Luke. This is an upset, to be honest. I mean, this game is over unless Aizamk pulls an Aizamk and just somehow gets an insane pop of whatever and just cleans up this entire mass of units and then kills like 10 vills. Then I guess it's not over, but to me it looks over. Like he's even shipping 9 C-point base and gonna clean up this whole army of Aizamk, the only units he had left. Now he's got 8 forest brawlers, which is obviously what he wanted to ship. But there's one full HP Mahout left, and could just kill all of these forest brawlers easily. And Aizamk is calling it, it's GG, wow. Well, I feel bad. I told Aizamk like, yeah, please make some funny strats. We need a close series, and now he's lost, and I feel kind of responsible for that. But anyway, that was a good game. I guess the 4 Warhead stuff here was not too good. Maybe a little bit too trolly here from Aizamk. But also we have to give credit to Luke because he did a good job. Like actually, he killed so many units with this one Mahout and like couple of Hussars and Minutemen. Just imagine if he popped the Euromis as well at the same time. Like it would have been like so GG directly. But even without that, he got a great trade here. He killed so much stuff. And then Hero just can't really deal with Euromis unless they have like a mass of upgraded infantry like with cards on them, or if they have really like at least 10 Kanyas or something. But he didn't have any of that, so So he couldn't really challenge the Euromies, and he decided to age because it would be probably the best way to deal with them. But that was just enough time for Luke to outmass, and despite losing like 10 villages around here, still ahead in eco, I believe. So yeah, GG. Game 1 goes to Luke. That's an upset. Then it's best of 5, obviously. So Aizamk will most likely come back. But I mean, I'm not supposed to be biased here, but it's just that Aizamk is a clear favorite of the series. So I would be surprised if he lost to Luke Tom. Then again, we've seen weirder stuff coming from Ace. I mean, he is able to throw hard in tournaments, so we'll have to see. But I believe now he's maybe gonna try a little bit harder. We'll see anyway. I'm not sure why Ace selected Spain now. And this time I really tried to remember to check the resources. So we have free for all recorded game in Florida. Luke is picking Brits, and we'll see what Ace responds with. All right. Well, looks like Ace is actually gonna keep Spain. So that's usually considered to be a really strong matchup for Brits, and especially on this Florida map, which has really nothing special for Spain. Like you don't really have a reason to be Spain here, except I guess that there's pretty good treasures. So having the war dog in Age 1 is gonna help Azam get these strong resources treasures. But aside from that, it's just gonna be a bunch of hunts in the British base because it's Florida, and it's gonna be pretty hard for Spain to pressure them. Uh, that does seem a little bit far, doesn't it? Um, like it feels to me like Azam's hunts are much better. Oh, donation. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Migomot. Yeah, you can blame me if Azam loses. Yeah, I'm gonna call a rehost on that. It's kind of a borderline situation. Like, I'm not actually sure if this should be rehosted, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. It's not, it's not terrible, Hans, but it's just like better for Ace. He's also got that one. Like, he got basically 2 Hans in the back, and I don't know. Let's just rehost it. That's the kind of spawn where probably half the people in the chat are gonna say it shouldn't be rehosted, including Gaia probably. But whatever. Let's just uh, let's just respawn it. Oh, I don't say I'm supposed to pick a native sieve to observe. Okay, let's go. So, uh, well, I guess it's like Luke doesn't really have more hunts than previous game, but Azam also has less of them. I feel like one less in the back or something, so it's kind of fair, I think. There's like two hunts quite close for boss players. This and that, I guess, something like that. And then there's like one here and one there, something like that. It's kind of okay, I think. It's hard to call on this map because there's so many hunts and they just spawn kind of randomly. And yeah, I guess we'll go with that. The coin mines are fine as well. Anyway, coin start. We have here on the bottom left of the map, Aizamk playing as Spain in the color blue, while on the other side of the map, Luke is playing in the color green as British. And like I said, on this map, I would give this matchup to Brits any day. Then again, it's Aizamk, so it's not like the matchup is gonna go the way we would usually expect it to go. So we'll keep an eye on what Aizamk does. And yeah, he's definitely able in age 1 at least to pick up these nice treasures. Like 100 food is just pretty cool for sure. And Luke is gonna get this tomahawk, so he might be able to fight Ace in age 1 despite not having a dog. Ace did get hunting dogs, so he used 60 of his 100 gold and just chopped around 50 wood to get hunting dogs. While Luke just built a manor house and got hunting dogs, and he didn't need to chop anything because the market was for free and Brits have more wood at start. Uh, so that's good for both players. Looks like Aizamk is very informed about his tournament series here. 100 XP is gonna be solid as well for Luke. He's gonna pick it up, but Ace is gonna come in to snare him. And Ace does know about the tomahawk, so I'm not sure why he wants to fight that. Let's see if he's got dogs in queue, because that could be why. After all, he's gonna be aging just now, so he could just get like an extra 1 or 200 food to train a couple dogs and just swing the fight in his favor. And he does have a dog in queue now. I like that, definitely. And bringing his other, like the starting dog as well. And yeah, I like that Luke is actually, yeah, that's a good trick. The explorer can't walk when he's training dogs. So if you want to check if your opponent is training a dog, you can just move a little bit. And then when you see he's not moving, then you can just run away because you know some dogs are gonna pop. So kind of forcing Azam into training 2 extra dogs here while saving his explorer probably. Yeah, it's the explorer is not gonna die, so this dog is dead. Trade it for some idle time, which is probably okay, and also killing the tomahawk, but still might delay Azamk a little bit depending on what he wants to do. Like it would delay an FF for sure a little bit. But if he goes for colonial, oh well, he's gonna go water actually. Let's check the decks. Yeah, that's a rather heavy water deck for Spain here. And Luke also got the water options. Doesn't look to me like he wants to boom too much on water because he doesn't have like rendering plant, which is a very good upgrade, and you kind of want to have that always if your Civ has it, and I do believe Brits have that card. And but he does have the warships and warship combat as well as schooners just in case, I guess. So need to close that. All right. Yeah. So Luke might be contesting water there, and actually gonna be going for a side base apparently, building a manor there on the side and gonna get 2 villas able to build a racks, probably, and train musketeers, while Ace is sending his tower forward, which might be a mind game here, expecting this tower maybe to get sieged down and just buy some time, and making Luke believe that he's gonna get rushed, like not rushed, but like Spain FF style of aggressive play style. And then in fact Ace is booming on water, so that could be just a mind game having that tower forward. And it's also controlling a gold mine and some hunts. It's not gonna spot the Raxes though. They're barely out of line of sight, and it's a second Rax going up for Luke. He edged up with the tower, but he's shipping 700 food first. Usually you kind of want to edge up with the food if you go for double Rax and then ship gold. But he's doing kind of the opposite, like edging with only 200 gold and shipping food, but he does have a tower, which means he can ship 6 musketeers in there. And he's training 5 musks already and going with them, so he's gonna be revealing that he has a front base, which I'm not sure is a good idea, because I don't know how much damage 5 musketeers are gonna do. Maybe he should have been waiting for more of them and then going in as a big surprise. He's going for 4 racks actually as well. Training rods, not gonna be too good against musketeers, so he might switch to some other unit now. None of them are actually training units at the moment, which is kind of strange, since they both have resources to make units. So okay, Luke is now making some musketeers. He's got 20 of them already. He's going for a really all-in build order. And he actually shipped his musketeers in base, so the tower really not being so useful here. And he's going with only 15 musks here, and I feel like he could have gone for some build order where he would get like, now he could have like 30 musks or something like that, sieging down Aizamk's TC. But okay, anyway, we'll see what he can do with that. He's sending his 6 extra musketeers now. And I'm really not sure about this right-click TC. Like, there's not too many units, and I think they will just die to TC fire eventually. So I guess he's denying the wood gathering here, which is quite nice. And he does have another batch of 6 on the way. Then again, what if Ace just ships 7 rods, and it does look like he's got a unit shipment on the way. It has to be 7 rods, and then brings this little mass of units here, and pops Minutemen and maybe a couple dogs. Although I don't know where his explorer is at the moment. Like I feel like Luke is gonna overcome it now because he's trying to right click TC, and he's just gonna die to Minutemen and rods. And there you go, Aizamk popping them. That was to be expected, to be honest. And he's gonna just totally clean up this little army from Luke. So Luke went for a really low echo build order, and he's still getting cleaned up. And behind that, Aizamk has 17 fishing boats, so he's really ahead in eco. So that is pretty much GG at this point. I don't see how you win this as Brits now. I guess he might just win in late colonial by having superior musketeers with the musk upgrades, or he might also contest water. So it's maybe not over, but let's say that was a really good trade here for Ace, just killing most of the musketeers while getting away with a big water boom at the same time. So, and I didn't mention that, but he did ship schooners after 3 villages, which is something you can do as Spain since you have you need less experience for your shipments. Although he didn't take a trading post, but still. And Luke gonna go in again. That TC has been repaired though. Another VL gonna die for Ace. but he's still way ahead in eco. And if Luke doesn't do something on water really soon, he's most likely just fucked. And A's mixing a couple crossbows in. He might just ship 700 gold next and age. It looks like he's starting to stack resources, but he might also just spend them now for some units, so we'll see. He does have a musketeer in queue. Luke is still massing some of, well, just massing mosques. Mosque good unit. And gonna right click that tower. It's gonna go down, I think. Ace doesn't have any other unit shipment in deck, so it's not like he can pop something now. And he can't really challenge this mass of musketeers. And Luke doing a good job at splitting his units, just making sure he gets the tower down and killing some of Aizamk's units. So yeah, I guess it's not over. I'm just really concerned about the economic discrepancy at this point. Then again, with musketeer upgrades and stuff, if it stretches to late colonial, then Luke could win. But Ace is gonna be aging, I'm pretty sure. He's macroed for a 700 gold shipment and an age up now, so it's gonna be big trouble for Luke. He doesn't sit in the score, but like he's 20 bills behind. And thank you for the donation. Yeah, right. You don't. Thanks. How to talk, please, for the $25 donation. Indeed, you don't want to stay under Aizamk CC. But to be honest, even like any player would do that. Like this wasn't even an Aizamk pop. It was just Minutemen and rods, and that's just such a classic, right? And like you don't wanna right click a TC like that when you have only 15 or 20 mouse. Like you could have instead killed a couple houses, or even just you could have gone for the front base directly, you know, and just like deny the unit production from A's. But anyway, sorry for that. Ace is not aging, and he did not ship 700 gold. He's just really mismacroed here. He shipped instead the rendering plane, so... And he has a tier 1 dock upgrade, so these fishing boats are really efficient now. And he's got thoraxes, so he can respam a lot of musketeers. But next, I expect some musketeer upgrades for Luke, because he's got a decent mass of them. He's got 40 musks. So it's definitely the point where you want to be shipping like Musk attack and then Musk HP. And then he will have a really strong army. Needs to not waste his hussars though. But yeah, I think it's the timing here for Luke. He's gonna get his Musk upgrade in. And just gonna try again to get the TC down maybe. There's no more Minutemen, no more rods, so nothing is gonna pop out of this town center here. Unless he's got... Yeah, there is Colonial Militia though, so that could be still... You gotta keep an eye on the stats here. Where is the attack upgrade? It's coming... Oh, caravels! Oh, why? This was a perfect musketeer attack moment, but... Okay, so Luke is wasting most of his units here, and he's shipping 2 caravels, but they're not going to be able to get rid of the docks, I think. And Aizamk probably has 2 caravels himself on the way now, because he's got a shipment sent. And also, he trained a caravel preventively, so I think Aizamk is going to be totally fine on water, and meanwhile, he's cleaning up on land. And gonna raid with some rods as well. This looks like big bad for Aizamk here. Luke here. 2 Vels popping, so now Luke is cleaned up underwater. He didn't kill any fishing boats, I think. Or, well, 2 fishing boats, okay. And some Vils, but now Ace killing Vils himself. And what do we have at the end of the day? Brit still not having any musketeer upgrade. Still kind of 20 Vils behind. And he doesn't have caravels anymore. And now Azam can just sit on the shore with his warships, like just spread his caravels and make sure Luke can never ever build a dock. Um, so there's no way Luke is going to be able to contest this water unless he gets to H3 and makes cannons or ships frigates or whatever. But for a very long time, this water is going to be uncontested. And there's 20 fish upgraded fishing boats, fully upgraded now, gathering. And even if Aizamk loses his TC with 11 vills, I don't think he's too much concerned about it because he's also going to kill Luke's TC with only 2 vills inside. Oh, Cover mode Rod's gonna snare and tank a lot, and Colonial Militia Pop is on the way, so Ace is gonna be able to save that TC. And meanwhile getting the TC down here, and yeah, he could have maybe sent the rods back to help defend a bit. But I guess he's got 10 crossbows here, so he's gonna be totally fine. And now Ace is just gonna try to go looking for the vills, and it's gonna be GG very soon. You can see it in the score now. Oh, 700 food here. Well, he doesn't have any other shipment point, I guess. But is Luke even gonna be able to get the TC down? If Ace just hits and runs, there's no way this 10 Mus can keep sieging that. And there's more bows on the way, so... So yeah, this is just so GG. And Ace found this location with a bunch of villagers. So yeah, he's gonna call the GG, and it's GG indeed. So we now have 1-1 between Aizamk and Luke. And that was a convincing play from Aizamk here. Able to get away with water boom while holding rather easily at start, like just cleaning up most of the musketeers while having like so many more wheels and fishing boats. And barely out booming though. I guess he spent lots of time idle in his TC. And water boom takes a while to actually bring you more resources because you have to chop lots of wood first. And when you chop wood, it looks like you don't have many resources because wood is slower to chop than other resources. But then at some point when you do get your water boom rolling, you start to just outboom. And yeah, just very good trades for Azam. You can see it in the kill death ratio. Only 38 musketeers compared to 126 from Luke. He did make crossbows and rods, but you know, like you would expect 126 British musketeers to totally beat any kind of units Spain can do in the H2. But the way this game went, it's not how it happened. Ace was able to get rid of these musketeers every single fight. And now we are going to have Kamchatka. And I'll be right back for 1 minute. All right, so that's 1-1 in this best of five. Aizamk picks Japan first on Kamchatka, and we're waiting for Luke to counter pick him. He might just be going auto, but we're not sure yet. We'll see if they green up in that matchup. Auto definitely being scary for Japan, like not necessarily always beating Japan, depending on the map. Like on Kamchatka, I feel like Japan probably beats Auto, but you definitely have to play tight as Japan because you're so much slower than Auto, and it doesn't matter if it's like an H2 rush or an FF. You're gonna have less units and for a while, and it's gonna be tough. So we'll see how Azam can defend that. Probably gonna see some colonial militia action. Knowing Luke, I feel like he's just gonna go for a tower FF and just go Jan Falconet. Anyway, we have here on top of the map Luke in the color purple playing the infamous Ottomans, and on the other side of the map, Aizamk uh, in the color blue playing Japan, which is definitely a very Aizamk-esque civ, just because, well, it's an Asian civ, and there's always weird stuff you can do with Asian civs, right? You got the consulate, you can get different kind of stuff out of it. You got, as Japan, shipments like the run-ins or the Soheis in H2, and like so many weird cards Azam could use. So we'll see what he does. Look, he's going for the standard Musk plus TP start. That's what you do on EP when you have 400 wood. The Musk being actually more efficient than trading post, so you should usually build that anyway later in H2 or in transition to H2, just because two Musks would be 200 wood and would bring you 1.4 XP per second, while one trading post, which is also 200 wood, would brings you like 1.2 XP. So the church is slightly more efficient, the mosque, sorry, and you can also get upgrades in there. So it's definitely very strong in EP. Meanwhile, though, Japan is just picking up the goats in the middle of the map. He's got 5 of them already. That's just big, and he's gonna set some on this shrine here. Um, he's got a macaque as well. So like with the cherry orchard and the 2 explorers and the monkey, that's wait what? He's gonna get another one. So that's like 5 scouts. Although now he used his cherry orchard, so it's gonna be not 5 but 4 scouts. But still, like that's just like compared to Otto, like ridiculously bad H1 because they have to build a TP and they have only 1 scout as well. Uh, Japan is gonna have a good time just picking up treasures on the map, and he's already scouted a lot. And he saw that 90 wood, for example, and he picked up 7 goats to none. And there's another wood treasure here. And I think Luke is gonna spot it just in time. Not super lucky here for Ace, but to be honest, he could also just stop fighting the tigers here and attack the purple explorer, and that's what he does, because these guys are gonna reset. Oh, I think Luke got it. What? I'm not sure, but it was close at least, and I would have tried to take it. I mean, it's 85 wood, right? Because none of these units actually snare, so you can always escape from that. You can't really sit between these units because they do they will do lots of damage, but they don't snare you, so you can always escape. I think it was worth trying to take that treasure, but regardless of that, he does get 90 wood himself, because he got a 40 wood earlier and a 50 wood, so a rather even age 1 actually, so far. Except the goats, obviously, which are very Aizamk favored. There's only one left here. And I guess Otto might have eaten one, because I'm pretty sure usually you get 10 goats on this map. But maybe 2 of them didn't spawn or something, or maybe Otto ate 2 of them, because I see only 8 now, and not 10. But anyway, oh, we got a side racks here from Luke. And Ace is not actually scouting him, which is kind of strange because you really always want to be scouting Otto. Because their first shipment always tells you a lot about what they are doing. Even their age up. Like, if they age up with the tower, well, you already know they're going to FF, right? And if they age up with 400, it can be pretty much anything. But then if you see their first shipment, like, for example, he would have seen the 5 Jans. It would have told him directly, okay, he's Jan rushing me. But he's scouting a bit too late here, and he's maybe not gonna be that much prepared for the rush. Although he's aging with the Torii Gates, which is quite fast, because he's gonna get his racks up really quickly with that rickshaw. And he does have 1 samurai, which helps a little bit, I guess, to defend. But he doesn't have the 300 export, so he can't get the... or 200 export, rather. He can't get the Sierres anytime soon. And these racks are gonna go up. But the second one, probably not. This is up though, and that's the most important. Like, he's got 1 up. Can just deny the second one now and he kills the samurai. I don't know why he's so afraid of committing here. I guess there might be something popping from Ace, like 5 ashes. But he's gonna kill the samurai and gonna kill a villager here. And 5 ashes do indeed pop. But can they actually take on these Jans? I guess with CC fire and stuff, but like now Aizamk can't really chase these Jans. Like, he pushed them away, but he can't really chase them. So all things considered, it's a pretty decent start for Luke here. He killed, he denied the Rex, he killed 2 Bills, in fact. The Samurai and a Nashi for lots of idle time as well. And he lost just 5 Jans. And he's aging up behind that. And Ace might be smelling it. Maybe he scouted the 700 gold, I'm not sure, but he's gonna try to poke a bit. And it's actually gonna be good, because it's gonna annoy Luke. But he can still train some Jans, and I think he got the Jan in queue now. So he might still be able to hold his racks, even if he's aging, just because Otto is so much faster. Could also pick that up. 5 monkeys actually helps in fights. But he doesn't have his Explorer anymore, so never mind. And I think Luke just used the fast H, right? Yep. And now Ace is gonna try to go, but again, no consolate because no export age up. I mean, he just doesn't have a lot of units, and he made samurais as well. That's just weird. And I feel like now if... why did he send his Jans back? If he had 10 Jans here, he could save his racks, but now he might just lose his racks, and that's not what you want to happen as Otto here. If he only had all his Jans here, he could have saved it, and now the racks is dead. So that's just sad. And he's gonna rebuild it in base, but it's buying so much time for Aizamk here. Because now Luke still needs to get his veterancy, so he has to chop. And he can't make Jans meanwhile also, and he doesn't have this forward unit production facility. So It's gonna delay Luke just so much. And Ace is following up behind, so it might just be what like saves Azam here. Like just like killing that Rex is just delaying everything so much. And meanwhile it might just buy him enough time to age up himself. This is a Shogunate, so he's gonna get some XP and a daimyo upon age up. Oh, these two sheep are not set on a shrine. That's a little bit sad. Not a huge deal though. And well, because of losing that Drax, he's probably got 5 less giants or something. I mean, he doesn't have a big mass. He's just got the Falks and then 9 giants, which is almost nothing. But it's still gonna put some pressure on Ace. Like, he might kill the Wonder, although it's not super relevant, but he could kill it if he wants, and he's gonna go for that. And I don't think Azam can save it, but it doesn't matter too much either. But in fact he's going... Oh no! Look! In fact he's going for the TC and... why would you unpack your... What the hell is going on? No! How can you do that? Oh my god, he's gonna lose his falconets to 5 samurais. And he's even shooting at the Minutemen with his... Oh my god, that is so GG. That is so GG. He just needed to sit with his falconets and shoot at the samurai and block with the Jans and he would be totally okay here. But no, he tried to unpack and then repack or whatever and he just didn't cover his falks. That was very sloppy from Luke here, and I mean it's just GG then because Luke just lost all his tempo now. He still has the Mamluks, but man, he's got only 15 Jans and I don't know. Oh, is he gonna actually go industrial? It looks to me like industrial. But Ace is so ahead in eco and in military. So going industrial is just gonna give him more time to get more stuff out. So if Luke goes industrial now, it's kind of all in. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go industrial and I'm gonna revolt, or I'm gonna just get my great bombards, or something like that, and gonna try to take a good fight. But if he doesn't get a good fight in industrial, then it's GG, because he can't afford to lose one more fight. He's also lost his trading post. So going industrial is gonna be even less scary just because he's gonna get less shipments in. Also needs to mine some gold here. Yeah, he's switching a bit to gold now. And Ace is just smashing ashes. He doesn't have a very good eco for Japan, but that's because he doesn't have the Toshugo Shrine and he shipped 2 vills in age 1, which is a decent shipment, but obviously not super greedy in the long run. And yeah, well, I still got a much better eco than Otto, obviously. And Luke is aging, but it's a long way to industrial now. And the samurai are upgraded as well, and they do 88 siege. So I think it's GG, guys. I mean, this is gonna be a big right-click TC moment. Ace identified that Otto should be pressuring. If he's not pressuring, he's aging probably. So he's just like clicking the TC. What is this intervention? Okay, he didn't ally to anything, but yeah, TC is gonna go down, so that's GG. Big right-click TC action here. 92 siege on the samurais with the daimyo. Oh, an intervention. Yeah, at the last second, getting the Japanese consulate and getting his clubs forward. And these guys also have like 51 siege. So, so this entire base is just so toast now. So, in my opinion, already two big mistakes in this game from Luke. First, not keeping his giants next to his Drax. So letting it go down instead of defending it, and I think he could defend it because like 10 Jans can take on like 5 Ashes and a few Samurais, I think, with good micro. So first big mistake, letting the Rax go down, and second big mistake, obviously just letting his Falconets die for like nothing really, and just he just killed the Minutemen with them, and that's all. And then it's kind of GG, and he tried to age up, which I guess is legit. He need to try to do something weird at this point just because he was so much behind. But it was just over. All right. That makes it 2-1 for Aizamk here. That's match point. And what is the next map? It's gonna be Baja, California. Okay, weirdo. Russia. We've seen already lots of Russia on this map. I guess they do have the potential to go water at some point. They do have the map control, which is important on the map with 3 TPs and low resources in base. So it's definitely a decent pick on this map. And we'll see what Luke decides to play. To be honest, I feel like Luke could just stick to Otto because Otto does really well against Russia. And they do have the ability to somewhat fight on water. And they also are very happy with the 3TP stagecoach. So we're gonna go in now. And I believe we're gonna see something weird from Ace in this matchup. You anyway don't really have many chances to win this matchup if you play standard unless you really outplay your opponent. Um, but we might see some weird strats from Aizamk, hopefully. No, it's not underwhelming. I'm just reading the chat. 90 siege for a vet pike type of unit is underwhelming. No, it's not. It's really not. And it's not a pike anyway. It's like a doppel. They actually have more siege than dops. And 90 siege, 92 siege is like it's more than 2 veteran pikes because a vet pike has like 38 siege or something like that. So no, it's not bad. It's like 2 veteran pikes and a half, which is very. It's really a good siege for sure. You don't have many units that siege that much in the game. It's actually more than an Opry as well, which is kind of scary. Anyway, we have here Luke down 2-1 in this series. Has to win this game if he wants to stay in the tournament, because this is match point for Aizamk. So Ottoman here in the color red and Aizamk himself ahead 2-1 in the color blue playing as Russia. And it's a food start. Doesn't matter too much in this matchup anyway. I guess the wood is a bit better than the like for Otto because you get the musk. And Luke is not going for the middle TP. He didn't follow the ESOC discussions because he could have his TP up around like just now and get the XP. But he's gonna go on top, old school, and he's gonna be his TP there, which is also okay, just not as good as this one. It's way worse, but yeah. Like he could have basically his 3 builds on the way now. Would be really, really good for Otto. Kind of makes a big difference actually. Like you age up probably 10 or 15 seconds earlier just by getting these 3 builds directly. But anyway, meanwhile Ace is just not doing much because it's Russia in age 1, so he's got his house and his training bills and he's herding. And that's it. Wait. I think Ace actually stole. I feel like Luke probably crackshot one bear of an 80 wood treasure somewhere, and Ace just came in and actually crackshot it himself, like the second bear, and picked the treasure up. So that's why Luke is like, okay, rip. And we have another nice treasure here, but none of them are really able to start it. However, Luke has more HP on his Explorer, so he's able to chase Aizamk away and might eventually maybe get that treasure. And you see, yeah, just because that TP is just really not that good compared to the middle one, Luke actually gets his reveals after starting to age up. So because of that, he's not aging up at the very early time. He's gonna crack shot one of the bears and actually try to take it. And Ace is just next. And I think he's gonna give up on that treasure just because he noticed that Luke is trying to take it. And so he's gonna be able to come in. At this point, Luke should just stop. Like, just stop shooting at it, just go melee and kill Azam's Explorer. Just melee him. Yeah, that's really good actually what he did here. Most players would do the mistake to keep fighting, but the bear just resets now, so he can just nair and win the fight. He just has to be careful that Ace doesn't crackshot and steal the treasure, which he's gonna try to do at some point. But beside that, that's a good move here from Luke. And Ace is gonna steal it. Most likely gonna lose his Explorer for that, but still gonna steal the 120 XP. So, I guess Luke wants a trading post. I feel like it's worth killing your opponent's Explorer. It's probably just better than building your TP, because you get 45 XP anyway, and you deny so much scouting. And scouting is so important when you're against Otto. So I feel like he could have killed that, but he's instead gonna get his TP up, which is respectable. And aging up with 400 would not drop a barracks in base. And Minutemen coming forward from Aizamk. What the hell is going on, guys? He does have a forward villager here, but no blockhouse yet or anything like that, just because he invested into Minutemen, and they're gonna be very low HP now, and I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I get they might kill a couple of wheels here. If Ace can just pretend that he's just scouting here. That's kind of giving away the move, but Luke is not gonna pull his villagers back. And he's gonna just shoot at them. Oh man, he's gonna lose 3 bills. That's so huge. That's definitely worth calling your Minutemen at this point for 3 bills. It's like a whole Age 1 shipment. Oh boy. And as Otto as well, like you already don't have a good eco. That's just so sad. I think if he just shot at the bills with his at the Minutemen with his bills, he might have saved at least one of them and killed the Minutemen, which would have been much better. But then again, let's talk about the rest of the game. Ace is trying to build a TP here, but surprise, motherfucker, you can't. So, in fact, Luke has 3 TP Stagecoach, and yeah, he did lose 3 bills, which is very big, but he also does have the full control of the TP line for free. And Ace is just getting his blockouts up now, so he's not going to be able to deny the Stagecoach just yet. And he's stacking so much wood. I guess he might just be going water or something, because I'm not sure what he does with this wood bank now. Okay, he's spending it now. He's adding a second blockhouse, gonna make some houses, maybe get placer mines or that kind of stuff. Did he just kill another wheel? No, I'm not sure what happened then. Maybe one Jan. I think. Oh yeah, Luke spread some Jans to kill the Minutemen. So Azam killed like he killed a Jan as well with his Minutemen. They're already paying off so much. Like it does mean that Luke gets a free stagecoach, but the Minutemen killed 3 wheels and a Jan, and they're still like half of them alive. So, and the Cossack's gonna be denying a house here, and he's just gonna keep his Minutemen checking on the shore because I guess Luke has a water deck maybe. So he's ready to find any kind of dock and or kill any villager that would come here. But Luke is actually shipping 2 galleys. Preventively, but there's nothing to deny here, so these galleys are gonna be useless for now. And I guess Ace also has a water deck. No, wait, what? Well, he's got schooners, but this deck from Ace makes no sense. He's got the cheap race card and just schooners and nothing else. And he's got a church up, so he's gonna try to win by making cheap priest, probably coming in next card. So they train faster and they cost. Wait, yeah, they do train much faster and they cost only half. So it's only 100 gold for I don't know how many hit points, but like a unit with lots of hit points. Still very useless in fights. You can't attack move them. But if your opponent doesn't micro too much, and he actually targets the priests, then they tank a lot. So it's gonna be a funny strat here from Ace. We need to give the priest some snare. Like make this card, give them snare and attack move. Like unit formations and snare. Like it would be a melee infantry unit. And then they could actually do something, you know. He even got the upgrade on them, which gives them more HP and more speed, if I remember correctly. Like they got 15% more speed, and I don't know how much more HP, but probably 15% as well. I'm not too sure about that. Actually, more than that, probably more than 15. Anyway, it's an Abus Jan composition for Luke, and the Abus are gonna totally tear through the priests. I feel like. I mean, well, they do need you need more than 10 Abus guns to kill the priest, but it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Like it feels totally impossible for Ace to win this, but we know it's Ace, and you know he might just win the fight anyway. But Luke has a really bad mass just because he lost 3 bills and he shipped two galleys for nothing. So he has a few Ebuskans only, and not too many Jans. Like, that is a very small army for Otto at this point. He could have easily, like, 15 more pop-up units here. But yeah, not the best start for Luke, for sure. And Ace going for the spies. He's gonna stealth them, but I think Luke saw them. No, maybe not. He's trying. The explorer actually saw them, so these spies were very useless. They got a little bit of snare, but now Luke is gonna kill the Cossacks, and now he can just hit and run, right? Oh, give these guys cover mode, please. 1k HP of range. 1k of range HP in cover mode. That would be insane. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, what is this bug? They become white when they start healing. They change into imams, or like I think the Otto priest is an imam, and when they start healing, they just turn into that. I'm pretty sure that's an EP bug, because I don't remember seeing that on yeah, maybe it's because of that card or that upgrade, but I guess that's one bug for Eagle Mod to fix. Not a very important bug, but definitely weird. Because yeah, they do heal each other as well, right? It's supposed to be their purpose to heal units. And heals are mostly used as a tank, but they do heal as well, so it's definitely uh it's still bad, but I guess they're not totally useless. And Ace is able to deny the TP. And that's a bunch of priests, and I don't know why you would ship 3 Haas at this point, because I feel like the Haas are not gonna do much against so many priests. He kind of needs just to keep making range units. Maybe he could have shipped 5 Jans instead. But yeah, the Abers still do a good job at killing the priest for sure. And this guy still costs 100 gold, which is not nothing. And Ace is gonna get caught here. And it looks like he does not want to take a fight. And the priests are maybe gonna clean up the hussars with the help of the infantry. More Haas being trained by Luke. He's got a stable up here. But I don't know how Aizamk is gonna win this. Why is Luke even going back? Like, just keep shooting and you're good. Like, Abus are doing great at killing these monks, so Aizamk did steal 1 TP, but I feel like Luke can retake it now. Or he can just nuke that. Look at that choke point, by the way. This is very good for Luke, because Ace is relying on these melee units, I mean the priest, to just tank, right? And they're not gonna be too good in the choke, so I think Luke should just go through here and siege down these blockhouses. But he's going for the TP, which is also fine, so he's gonna retake that TP line. So many monks for Ace. He's got 17 vills on coin just for that. Gonna dance around with a trading post, apparently. Looks like Luke is maybe afraid of some spies. He's keeping his explorer grouped with the rest of his army. I feel like he should just take back the TP here. But he's gonna clean up that one of the blockhouses at least. And I guess the thing is that, oh, they can actually pop through the blockhouse, so you could garrison like 10 priests and pop them right on top of the army. It would be funny, but yeah, the thing is that they do no damage, but they buy so much time because Otto can't really kill them so fast. Like, it takes a long time to kill these guys. And meanwhile, Russia is just out booming, but he got raided badly here. He lost 7 wheels, so not too bad for Otto here, all things considered. And he's gonna keep hit and running these massive units, and there's really not much Russia can do against Avis guns unless they have Cossacks, obviously. But he's just gonna get hit and run badly. These houses are totally idle. Could have been doing a bit more damage here, but they did kill 7 wheels, so that's good for Luke. He needs to rebuild his TPs though, even with some wheels, just rebuild it. It's like a big part of your eco as Otto is these TPs, so. So yeah, that's a very trolley game here. And I really don't know who's gonna win it. If it keeps going like that, Aizamk is gonna be more and more ahead just because he's making wheels 3 times as fast as Otto. When you're Otto, your wheels are free, but they pop every 50 seconds. And when you're Russia, every 50 seconds you get a batch of 3 wheels. So Russia is very quickly outbooming Otto here. So Luke really needs to be a bit more aggressive. Just stop being so afraid of these guys. They do just 5 damage. All you have to do is focus the other units with your Abus. And, you know, then you just clean up the real units. And when there's only monks left, you can't do much as Russia. But he's just so afraid of them, and he keeps like hit and running them, and at the end of the day, Russia is just gonna win just because he's gonna have so much more eco and a bunch of tanks. Luke, my man, it's not allowed to lose this game. Like, you can't lose to that. It's forbidden by the AoE gods. But I think he is gonna lose. He does have a really strong army, but he's never really pushing, so he does a decent job at raiding though. Did he kill any more? He killed 1 more wheel, so probably not worth losing some house. And this could be a very long game, because Luke feels like he can't push, even though in my opinion he can totally push in that. So Luke feels like he can't push, and Ace can't push just because he doesn't have real units. So it could be a very long game. And Luke is shipping the church card. I know you can get bombards and chants out of that, but I believe it's in H3 and in H4. So right now this church card is totally useless. Maybe he just has nothing else to do. He could go schooners, to be honest, and start water booming, since Aizamk can't really push with monks, priests. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Why would you go church card and not schooners if you build 2 docks, man? I don't know, but oh, Cossacks cleaning up the hussars here. That's no good for Luke. He's been losing a bit too many hussars this game. Yeah, already lost 20 hussars. That's not too good. And there's boyars in. Not super relevant because most of his army is monks, but he's still got some Cossacks and Stridettes. And now Luke made 2 docks and he's waiting for schooners because he shipped the wrong card. That's so sad. And there it comes. I guess if he can outboom Otto, then he doesn't care too much about the monks, right? If he can outboom Russia, sorry. But it's gonna take a while before he can really spam a lot of fishing boats. Outpost going up for Otto. So strange. And he doesn't have any Abus gun upgrades, sadly, in this deck. I feel like you could remove that and get an Abus upgrade. And Otto losing 10 vills and more on top. Wow, that is so GG. Oh my god, how many vills? How many vills did you just lose here? Holy. He's just lost 24 vills. Or maybe he lost a few. Yeah, he lost like 3 early on, but he lost maybe 20 vills here. Oh my god, that's. How many vills? He's got 10 vills left and then fishing boats. Oh my god, that's so bad. And he's got a grenadier mixed in there. Probably just a mistake. And I think that's gonna be GG. Like, there's way too many Cossacks here. If Aizamk just micros a little bit, and he does, then the Jans are gonna die, the Cossacks are gonna clean up the Ebuskans at the end of the day. And the monks just being really annoying in there, and... Well, basically when Aizamk's starting to mass real units instead of monks, he just won the game, right? Because he's got much more eco. So that is just GG. So congratulations to Aizamk, I guess. He's gonna move on the round 5 of the lower brackets, getting closer and closer to the final round. And we're honestly just waiting for Luke to resign at this point, because there's really nothing he can do now. Ace even got schooners himself and 2 caravels here, so even this water boom is totally forfeit. And there's still the galleys of Luktan doing nothing the whole game. That's so unfortunate. And GG. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but I think it's kind of over. Like, if you look at the scores, knowing that usually Otto has much more score than Russia, just because Russia has a bad score for some reason, and you just look at the graphs, it's just over, man. I mean, but we're gonna wait for him to resign. Meanwhile, I can start talking about what's coming up next. We don't have any tournament series, but I'm gonna cast a show match, provided that I get players. So if there's preferably high-level players in the chat who want to play, or I'm gonna PM also some people on ESO. Yeah, we're just gonna try to get a show match going next. So I'm just saying this now so that we can save some time and just have a smooth transition to the show match. Because, yeah, Luke is resigning now. GG. Well trolled, Ace. Luke not too happy about this game, apparently. Kind of frustrating losing to mass monks, right? You can't see them on the stats. They're not villagers and not military. They're just priests. We need to implement a healer, like some healer graphs, like priests and all the kind of healers you can get in this game, just for Aizamk, so that we can see how many of them he made. And well, there is no such thing, unfortunately. So yeah, just eventually Russia outbooming. Otto needed to be really more aggressive in this window here, where he gets more stuff and more eco early on. And even though he did lose 3 vills, he was still like ahead just because it's Otto and he gets 3 TP stagecoach. So he really needed to do something in this time here around 10 minutes. And he didn't really do so much, despite having some good windows, but just always so afraid of these monks. I don't know what this word is. It does take a lot of micro to not attack the monks, because they go on in front, and you need to focus the fire of your units on the other stuff. But if you're able to do that, there's just no way you lose, right? I mean, Ace invests a card and an upgrade and 100 gold for each of these units. So obviously, if you just ignore them and you attack the rest of his army, you're gonna have a much stronger army yourself, since half of his army is gonna be useless. So that's just kind of, it's hard to do because you have to micro well, but it's really easy to how should I say, like the sinking is really easy. All you have to do is not attack the monks and you win the game. There's no secret to beating this strat. There's nothing special to do. You literally have to just not attack the monks. That's all. There's you don't have to be a genius to beat it. All you have to do is micro basically. But yeah, Aizamk was able to scare away Luktom with his very scary priest, and eventually just win the game with a superior eco. And big raid here at the end. Wow, rip, rip 17 VLs. All right. So yeah, GG. Congratulations to Aizamk for that insane performance. Gonna move on to the round 5. Sorry, of the lower brackets. Again, gonna be playing against the winner of Yumio against Prince of Kabul, which should be a good series. So you guys should probably keep an eye on that.